it's Amanda, and I'm coming to you with another swatching video. This time we have a bunch of Birmingham inks, and these are the newest batch of, I believe they're all crisp inks except for Airline, which is a new formula. It's a new washable formula. I have 10 inks here that I want to swatch. It's a lot of pinks. There's like a couple of like dual shadery ones. I think this is a green. There's like a blue and a brown. This one's a blue as well, but then the rest of them are pinks. The pinks were so pretty that I couldn't decide on one, so I just got them all. I also have another order that just shipped that will be coming soon, which is my bottle of Galactic Twinkle, and I think I might have added another bottle of something in there. I can't remember what it was, but these are the ones we're going to swatch today. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video. We're going to be swatching them on coloring cards. I also have some Tomoe River and the Cosmo Air Light off to the side over here. That's the Cosmo paper, and I have Tomoe River paper here. It's after work. I don't know if I will be interrupted or not, but so we're just going to try to do this as nicely as possible. If I get a chance to do comparisons, I will do that, and if not, I will come back and do comparisons at another time, or post them on Instagram or something. I will not leave the comparisons out on purpose, but we'll see how this video goes. So, through no fault of any of y'all's, it's just scheduling and the way things work, and I don't want to wait to swatch these. I want to swatch them now. So that's what we're going to do. So as usual, I have coloring cards. I've already talked about the papers. I have my Moonman Mini glass dip pen. You can find these on the internet. If you Google, I have found them on Amazon. I think I got this one off eBay. You can find them. I think AliExpress sells them. They're around. You can find them. Yeah. I get questions about it all the time, but I just wanted to, somebody asked me to link it in a previous video, and I buy it from eBay, so I don't know if the sellers are still the same, although I did see there are new colors out there. I ordered a Moonman N6 because it's purple, and because I tend to like kill these nibs. So yeah, so I do have another one coming just as a backup. The Moonman N6 it's a little skinnier and it doesn't post, but it's such a pretty color that I was like, I need to have it, since I'm rough on these things. So yeah, although this one's lasted pretty well since I replaced the nib, so cool. All right, anyway, enough rambling. I don't have time to ramble. So we're going to start with Summersweet, because that's the one that I grabbed. I think this is a green, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and these are all, I believe, and I will check and make sure, but I believe these are all crisp formula except for that Airline one, but I will leave it in the description if, like, what the formula is. And as usual, I purchased these all from Birmingham Pen Company. These are their inks. And this is, I'm going to rate crisp because I think all the ones that I checked were crisp, and so if I need to change it later, I will change it. That's very pretty. I feel like my camera is like all weird, so I'm sorry if I like adjust it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little better. Yeah, so I came home at lunch today and recorded I just happened to be nearby. I had to stop at the post office and do some stuff, and I happened to be literally in the neighborhood, and so I stopped at home on my lunch break real fast, and my Sailor 50 States inks showed up, so we went ahead and swatched those, Alaska and Maryland, and I think that video will be up before this one because it's a shorter video and it will be easier to edit. So yeah, and then I'm going to just paint a little bit on the other papers. I feel like I need to like redip. Give them like a fair shot. Okay, so this is a very pretty, like, sort of almost an evergreen. It's not quite a pine green, but it's not a pine green. I don't know. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. My dip pen. So I've started writing on the side of my Birmingham bottles what the ink is. I don't necessarily do it in the ink usually. I just previously, like all the ones that are in my ink shelf, I've just like grabbed a pen nearby and wrote it on there, but I figure it's here. Oops. Summersweet. So now I know what the ink looks like and also what the name of it is, because I keep all my inks in their boxes because most of my inks reside on a shelf that has a window and I don't want the light to degrade them. So that's that. So we'll go ahead and put that away and then I can get it off of my table here and make some room. Come on. Okay. Next up we will do antique sepia and bronzed eroded bronze, because these are like the dual shady ones and I want these to have time to dry so we can show them off real well. So I'm going to do these first. We're going to start with antique sepia because that's the one that I have still sitting here. It's the one that I grabbed, so that's the one that we're going to do. Okay. I think this is a crisp, and I forgot to write that. Oh, whoops. Very fun. Put that off to the side here. I really have like no place to put these ink swatches. Okay. Excellent. I'm really excited about these dual shaders specifically. I hope they're really good because I think that they're so affordable that they would be good for people who either can't find troublemaker inks or don't want to pay the money to buy troublemaker inks because they're coming from overseas or can't afford Sailor Ink Studio inks or whatever. Like, I just hope that these are good so that like if you're impatient and can't wait, you at least get some ink that will tide you over. I mean, Birmingham inks are really lovely, so yeah, so I hope that these are really awesome, and it seems like they probably will be, but obviously we'll see. But I hope that they're amazing because the price point is so good. Even when they're full price, like it's a decent, it doesn't break the bank. I mean, unless you're gonna buy like one of everything, then you might want to slow it down. But but yeah, like they don't break the bank. This is what it looks like on the card. Okay. Next up, we'll do Eroded Bronze, which is the other like dual shady one. I'm trying to see if I can get it so where it looks like in the bottle. This is probably the one I'm most excited about. It's like a bluish gray sort of color. It's really pretty. And then I noticed that Antique Sepia does like the same sort of dual shadery thing. And I got really excited about it. Okay. Oops, crisp. I was gonna write crispy. Crisp. That color is so pretty. Okay. Because this is one of the dual shady ones, I'm gonna grab my other brush that like really soaks up the ink, because I want to make sure that I get a ton of ink on here. Oh, that's so pretty. I didn't do the little scribble or write it on the thing, so I'm gonna have to do that. That's so pretty. Okay. You can see like the pink undertones. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, I love this one. I love that one as much as I hoped I would. I think I'm gonna go ahead and what else we got? I think I want to do all the pinks together, so I think I'm gonna bunch those together. Chrysanthemum. Okay, there's like 4 pinks, so I'll do the rest of them. I have. This is one of the browns that I got, Hemlock cone. I can't remember if this was dual shady or not. Of the browns that were available, it was the one that was most interesting to me, so. Really nice. Here's what it looks like in the bottle, if you can see. I'm trying not to. Somebody's video that I watched yesterday, I think, or earlier, not a couple days ago, I think it was Mary. She was doing a bunch of swatches, and she like tipped the bottle over, and I almost had a heart attack. I know that happened with y'all and some of my sample vials, but I was like, no, don't spill the ink. A bottle is way worse than a sample. And this is Hemlock cone. So my big work thing that I've been like whining about forever started today, and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't too bad. A lot of the things that we do is stuff that we can't do our part until another department does their part. So I think we're going to have a lot of wait and see for a lot of things. And like the couple of things that I tried to do, I wasn't able to do yet. So it's going to be, ooh, that's pretty. It's going to be kind of like touch and go for a while, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to go. So I'm sure that will come. Especially as like stuff starts going through the system, but today was not a bad day. I'm grateful. Like it wasn't like relaxing or anything, but because we had to get so much done last week, like today was kind of a breeze, and I hesitate to say that because I'll pay for it dearly tomorrow. But also, I get my second dose of the shot tomorrow, and so I'm looking forward to that. I really hope that I don't have to worry about side effects or anything like that. But we'll see. I really love the shade of brown. It's like, it's muted and understated, but I just love it. It seems like it's kind of like got a pinky undertone, maybe? That's probably why I like it, to be honest. It's very pretty. I can't wait to get this in a pen. It seems like like kind of reminds me of like a really light version of like a diluted version of Powder Shizuku Yamaguri, maybe. I don't know if it actually is like that, but that's what it's making me think of. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna move some of these. Okay. I really love their bottles. Like, it's just like a perfect size, and I love the glass, and I love the sound that the lid makes when you cap it and uncap it. Like, it's a weird thing to like about it, but like, you get it, right? Like, I love the way these, like, I don't know, this plastic doesn't have the same like satisfaction as like that does. I just love it. So thank you, Birmingham, for having awesome bottles. That's a weird thing to enjoy, perhaps, but whatever. We're all pen nerds. You get it, right? You get it. If you don't, just tell me you do, because I don't want to feel like a dork any more than I already am. Thanks. Next up, we'll do Catamaran, and I purposely got this one because it's kind of like an aqua-y blue, and I haven't really been getting any of the aqua-y, like the turquoisey blues, but I decided to get this one. Like, I have so many teals and stuff, I just don't feel like I need these sort of colors in my ink stash, but this one, I don't know. I just decided to get it. We'll see. Kind of reminds me of Lamy Turquoise or / Pacific. It's a bright summery color though. I think it was swayed by the season. Plus it looks really pretty next to the pinks. I think that's why I did it. Oh. All right. Yeah, it has like a Monteverde, like Caribbean blue sort of vibe, like that kind of color. Just a quick wet and dry comparison. Here it is next to 50 States, Alaska. Now that 30 inks is over though, I have to say that I'm like, I don't know what pens to use. I don't know what inks to use. I have so many choices now, and I've been swatching all these fun inks from pen friends and from my orders that I've placed, and it's just like, I want to get everything in a pen. I know it's physically impossible to do that, but I want to. I just want to. Oh, it looks really pretty with this brown also. I'm happy. I'm happy right now. Okay. Next up, we will do Airline. This is their brand new formula called Wishy-Washy. It's supposed to be a washable blue, which means it's probably going to be really pale. But I also want to see about maybe doing some sort of experiment to see like how washable it is. Like, can I spill it on clothes and then wash it, and then it'll be just fine. So we'll see. I was hoping to do that with this video, but because of the timing and everything, we're just gonna have to do like a separate ink experiment video, which I think will be fun. It's actually not as like washed out as I thought it was gonna be, but here we go. Like, it's definitely like a not super saturated blue, but it's not, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I can guarantee I probably won't be using that ink so much. But I do want to do it. I do want to play with it for the experiments. So we'll definitely do that in the future. At a later date. It kind of reminds me of the sky, like on a bright sunny day or whatever, like where there isn't a cloud in the sky. That's sort of like the shade of blue that it reminds me of, which may be where they got the name Airline. I don't know. It is definitely more of a blue than a turquoise though, so. Oh yeah, I wanted to wash. I wanted to write it on the box, duh. So satisfying. That's right by the mic too, so hopefully it wasn't super loud, but I love that sound. A little ASMR. A little ASMR action. Okay, so I accidentally smudged it, so it does take a second to dry. It's not a bad blue, I just prefer darker ones. My own personal preference. Your mileage may vary. I know I could probably just like move the notebook around, but I'm running out of space, so hopefully that was in frame. I just realized like how zoomed in I am. So maybe we'll zoom out a little bit. I don't know. Okay, so next up I have all of the shades of pink, and I don't know which one is actually lightest to darkest, so we're just gonna go for it. So I have two that are kind of like these opaque, or sorry, these clear sort of inks. This one looks a little like a little more orangey or corally perhaps, and this is a little more pink. Teaberry Ice Cream and Sweetheart. They both sort of do that green thing that pink inks sometimes do. But yeah, so there's those, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to see these. These also seem sort of close. I think Mont Laurel might be a touch more purple, but in the bottle these also look very close. I'm trying to see if one looks like cooler or warmer, because I honestly don't remember what the swatches look like, but I just remember they were very pretty and I liked them, and these reminded me most of maybe Sailor 252 or that Ferris Wheel Press Madame Mauve. Is it Madame Mauve? Madame Mulberry? Madame Mulberry, that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna start with Sweetheart because that's the one that I grabbed. Okay, I think this is definitely more of a corally pink. Okay. That's what it looks like on the nib. Yeah, I think this is a little too orange or salmon-y for me, but very pretty. It's very bright as well, which may or may not work for some people. You know, obviously you might like a super bright ink or a super corally ink. It's kind of like a salmon-y pink, and like a bright salmon-y sort of pink. Oh, I should do this. I want to compare them side by side, so I'm gonna do them all in the same line. I don't really like using paper towels because it's so wasteful, but my cloth from the last pen friend swatches is like saturated. So we'll see what that looks like when it dries, but it looks like it's going to be kind of a bright coral salmon sort of pink. Pretty, but not my preferred pink. I prefer like neutral pinks or cooler pinks, I think, is what I like. Oh, I need to do my little box. That's awkward. Okay. These are so pretty. I'm very excited. Next up, we'll do Teaberry ice cream, which I think is like going to be one of the cooler pinks. And I think I might like this one better, at least of these two. Of this, between this and Sweetheart, I think I'm going to like this one better. But we'll find out. There you go. I just love the name. For some reason, the name Teaberry reminds me of my favorite Bath & Body Works scent, which was Pearberry. Hello 90s children. What was your go-to Bath & Body Works scent? Were you a cucumber melon? What are the other ones? There were some other ones that were pretty good. Pearberry was my favorite. Above all others. Oops, I already put this away. Silly me. Okay, so this one does seem a little brighter, a little less orange. I love it. I think I love it. That's a happy pink. That's a happy summery pink, in my opinion. Okay, when I rinsed the brush off, it did that thing where like sort of highlightery color sort of came off the brush a little bit, which is a very good indication of an awesome ink. Birmingham Pen Company Gunpowder Tea, sadly currently discontinued. I really hope that they find a formula to remake that ink, because I missed out on getting a bottle and all I have is the sample that Casey sent me. And I am hoarding it. Teaberry ice cream. The highlighter effect didn't really work on my glass dip pen though. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I didn't put it on my paper towel. The paper towel is easy chromatography, but I do realize that it's wasteful and I don't like it. Yeah. Okay, Teaberry ice cream is done. Next we have Chrysan, Themum, and Mountain Laurel. If I remember correctly, chrysanthemum is the official flower of October. I'm not sure if it's of October or if it's of Scorpio. That is so pretty. Kind of highlightery, but I prefer this shade of pink to this warmer shade of pink. I tend to go for cooler colors anyway, so it's probably not a surprise. I like cooler colors and jewel tones. Okay, we're gonna just grab a chrysanthemum. It does that sort of green thing as well. It's really pretty. Kind of reminds me of it reminds me of Sailor 252, but also like Pen BBS Raspberry Milkshake or Strawberry Milkshake or whatever it's called. And like a darker version of that Madame Mulberry. Very pretty. Oh. I really wonder why they split the name up like that. Just so it would fit on the label, perhaps? Or was there another reason? Because part of me thinks it's cool and part of me is really bothered by it. It's a very pretty color though. I like it. I think this one looks a little dual shadery as well, so maybe there's some more of that. So that's pretty. Okay, on the papers it seems like Mountain Laurel may be a little more pinker and a little lighter. It's still drying though, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But they look very similar. Like I should have picked one or the other. Although Chrysanthemum looks a little more purple, so maybe I did okay. Again, though, they're very similar. I've ruined this box. I'm trying to get it open. There. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to try to find inks that I think match these. Or that compare, so you can see if you need to get them. I mean, you don't need to get anything, let's be honest, but okay, well, let's look at this chromatography. Okay, so this is, I should have written them down. This is Summersweet. This is that antique sepia. This is that eroded bronze. What did we do after that? We did this one. Hemlock cone. That's what that brown looks like. It's a purple and neon green. And then you get brown. What? That is Catamaran. That is the washable, that's Airline. This is Sweetheart, which makes sense. It's got a lot more yellow in it. This is Teaberry. This is Chrysanthemum, and this is Mountain Laurel. So that's what the chromatography, fake chromatography looks like. I can't believe neon green and purple make brown. I mean, I can believe it, but I also can't. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got here. And we're back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do some comparisons. I have searched all of my cards. The only one I can't find is the one that I actually, genuinely, desperately wanted to use, which was my card for Sailor 252. And I have so many cards to put away from all the videos I've been doing that I just can't find it. It's not here. It's not anywhere. So I'm going to have to organize stuff, and then I'll add a comparison on Instagram probably. So you can follow me on Instagram if you want to, at Hello Lovely. I'm sure that I will also show it in a video, but for now, I'm running out of time, so we're going to move on. So we're going to start with, laying out our colors so you can see what they look like all together. Up a little bit. Very thirsty all of a sudden. We have Airline. Oops, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Airline, Sweetheart, Teaberry ice cream, Chrysanthemum, and Mountain Laurel. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can tell that these two are definitely different. This leans a little more to the purpley side, and this is a little more to the pink side. But yeah, these are our inks today. So we're going to go ahead and do some comparison swatches somewhat quickly, although I grabbed a ton of them, so it's probably going to take a while. And then we'll take a look at our papers. So first up, comparison. We have, well, actually, we'll show the papers. That way, if you don't really want to see it. This is on the Cosmo Air Light. So this is Summersweet. I'll zoom back in. Summersweet Antique Sepia, Eroded Bronze, Hemlock Cone. This looks like a gray brown on here. It's very pretty. Catamaran. I could tell because that's the more aqua one. Wishy-Washy. Sweetheart. Sweetheart. This is also Sweetheart. Sweetheart, Teaberry Ice Cream, Chrysan, Themum, and Mountain Laurel. And then on our Tomoe River paper, we have the same. Sweetheart. Oops. Zoom back out so you can see. Summersweet, Antique Sepia, Eroded, what is it called? Eroded Bronze, Hemlock Cone, Catamaran, Wishy-Washy, Sweetheart, Teaberry Ice Cream, Chrysanthemum, and Mountain Laurel. These two are very similar, but I can just barely tell that this is a little more pink and this is a little more purple. So maybe it's like a warm and cool sort of thing, kind of like these pinks are. I really like this Teaberry Ice Cream. I really like that one a lot. Like, I think these two are my favorite, and I also like Hemlock Cone a whole lot. So, okay. Comparisons. Because I think I'm going to be interrupted soon. So here, we'll zoom back in a little bit. Make sure you can see this. It's just a green, kind of. Here it is next to Waterman Harmonious Green. Also Pannonia Pelican Green. I didn't pull a ton of greens because my favorite greens are like the yellowy greens. But here it is also next to KWZ Discovery Green. That's the Drum Ghouls exclusive. Roar and Klingner Verdure. Private Reserve Spearmint. These are a little more yellowy, I think. Comparison to Mont Blanc Irish Green, which is the green by which I base all greens off of. Diatramentus Jane Austen is a popular one that people might want to see it next to. Oops, wrong one. This is an old formula. This is Birmingham Sport Donnelly Grass Stain Green. So if you want to see what this is, an old one. I think that's all the greens I grabbed. Yeah, so that's those. I have so many coloring cards to put away, y'all. Birmingham Pens Antique Sepia. Here it is next to Sailor 273. Monteverde Moonstone. Oh, I think I'm comparing these two. These are the brown ones. Where's my... Here, Troublemaker Inks Espana Boulevard. That's a shimmer ink. Aha, here we go. Troublemaker Inks Kelp Tea. It's not quite as green. Oh, and just for grins, that's Sea Glass next to Sweet Summer, or Summersweet, I mean. I don't think this is really a match, but 162 and 123. I have a Pen BBS one that's really close to this, but I couldn't find it either. So I think that's it for those. Eroded Bronze. I feel like the one that it's closest to is probably Troublemaker, although this seems a little more blue. Oh, let me look at one other one. If I can find it. No. This one. Oh, here's a good one. Fuyu Shogun. And just for grins, here it is next to Chrysan. Okay, so there's those. Here's next to Troublemaker Petrichor, because I think people will ask about that. These are green. I should have gotten 224, but again, that wasn't on my ring, so I couldn't do that one, so I'll try to remember that. Remind me in the comments. If there's another one that you want to see any of these compared to that I haven't compared to, let me know in the comments, because I will then know to look for it. These are like the purpley ones, so we'll kind of wait on those. Oh, here it is next to Troublemaker Milky Ocean, not even close. Hemlock Cone. Birmingham Soft Pretzel. I actually don't like that. Well, I only tried it in one pen. I didn't like this ink in the pen that I tried it in. Here's Monteverde Moonstone. Here's another Birmingham Root Beer. This is a little more purpley, I think. And I compared it to like maybe a more muted Yamaguri, but really they don't actually look at all like, now that I'm looking at them up close. So that's that. Catamaran. This is one of those turquoisey blues. Sailor Yuki Akari, Waterman Inspired Blue. These might be good to leave around for Airline. Here it is next to Poison Green. I compared it to Lamy Turquoise. So this is actually a lot brighter. And a little more blue, perhaps. Soda Pop Blue, the turquoisey blue by which I judge all others. I'm going to keep that for... I guess that's really all that I grabbed. I mean, this is a turquoisey color. Just, you know, either you like it or you don't. Airline is the blue. Here it is next to Haha, because I think people will ask. And Neko Yanagi. People seem to want to see those. Let's zoom back out again. Or zoom differently. There's those. Here it is next to Franklin Christoph Spanish Blue. Vinta Inks Deepwater Blue. Robert Oster True Blue. The swatch is actually a pretty good match, but the text is a little dark. This text writes darker. Sorry, I just hit the camera. I said Monteverde Caribbean Blue, but I guess I meant Capri Blue. When I first started with pens, I got so many samples of this ink. Sailor Sutton. Sailor Monyo C. Meyer. Serenity Blue. Soda Pop Blue. Definitely peachy. Sailor 130. I'm making a video.
Oh.
I'm almost done.
Oh. Dinner?
Yes. Nah. Nah. Nah.
I love dinner.
I still am recording.
Oh, sorry.
Nah. That's what those look like. Teaberry. So that's that. That looks like. Here it is next to Saltwater Taffy. Marshmallow. Okay, yeah, that's not close at all. Lady Rose. And I have this one. Not at all similar. And then that one. Not at all similar. Oh, but I do have a couple of others. So I thought these looked like raspberry milkshake and I was wrong. June Pearl is a similar color to that. And here's how they look next to Madame Mulberry, because I was insistent that these went well with that and I was wrong. So, so there we go. Those are our comparisons. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you had a, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.